Hello, not sure who all is aware, but I'll be doing that wonderful valve shim video starting in the next week, possibly on the 17th and 18th of April here on 2019. If all goes well, I hope to have that cut put together, somewhat presentable by May of 2019. Some point at May of 2019. I have a little mini vacation going on during that time period and stuff. A quick status update as far as home life goes. My life has improved. I met an awesome woman last year, approximately halfway through the year. Been together now 9 months as of earlier in the month, and she's just a wonderful person. Her mother passed in January, and her mother was an awesome person. She succumbed to a really shitty disease, ALS, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So, been a lot of loss, but a lot of gain over the last, just under a year. So, the struggle is real, people. So yeah, hopefully I'll get that video shot. What probably is going to happen is, instead of me showing how to tear the bike down, I think I'm going to do it in the opposite direction. So I'm going to show basically pulling the cams off, setting your timing after you go ahead and change your shims, checking your shims, adjusting, essentially the valve clearance by changing the shims out. And hopefully, we can get this video actually out and get it in a presentable manner, because there were some people who commented on the last one saying, it's a complete bucket of shit. You weren't wrong. It's just, why would you go on to somebody's crap? Like, I don't fucking know. Of course I know. I just figured something was better than nothing. A little bit, just a little tinge of information, because some people might not be able to get that far. And also keep in mind, people, there's a liability here too. If I tell you to do the wrong thing and you fuck your bike up, I won't be doing that. Everything I say on this channel is strictly for, I don't want to call it entertainment purposes, but, you should know what you're getting into, and if you don't do it. Bring it to a professional. You could kill yourself by doing any of these procedures. I haven't died yet. Is that good? Well, maybe I'm beating the odds. Maybe I'm not. Somebody went on one of the videos, you should never put caliper pins in that are dry and this and the other. Well, that's how they came from fucking Kawasaki. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's the way the bike came. I suppose the engineers are wrong. You might want to talk to them. But I am not the engineer who came up with that braking system. So, I'm not the one to talk to. Do I think it would be a good idea to lube the various points? Yes, I do. But keep in mind, you also risk contamination from it. You win some, you lose some. I'm not sure how well that's going to go. So ideally, we'll have that video out by May. Anybody who is a subscriber and would like a shout out, toss it in this video in the comments. I'm going to put a whole bunch together. I'd like to thank all of you who have stuck around. We're at 720-ish subscribers, I think I saw earlier today. I don't really check it too much. Like, the past year has been hell for me, legally, emotionally, personally, well, not professionally so much, but I guess that was my, the one good thing I had for me, professionally. But, we're going to get this channel moving again. We're going to get some really good videos this year. We're going to get some content. Hopefully, I'm going to get you some content from various locations that you can visit on the bike in my area. Possibly even other areas. I want to see if maybe I can team up with one or two people in different countries who also, enjoy like ride videos or, something along those lines. I mean, the people that I know in Serbia do some fucking phenomenal shit with so little. They're just very, very intuitive people and just amazing. And I'd like to give a shout out to my lawyer. You know who you are. I really appreciate all the work you did for me, even though I'm paying for it. We'll be paying for it for some time to come, but, they say it's cheaper to keep her. It might be cheaper, but it's not better. You know, if you're in a bad situation, get out of it. Don't try to fix it. It can't be fixed many times. Sometimes you're not the issue, you know. And keep in mind, there's a stigma about men being abused, how it's somehow their fault. It's not your fault. It's nobody's fault when they get abused. It's the abuser's fault that they abuse somebody else. Those of you who like to sit there and claim that you were abused when you weren't, you're despicable. It's a shame that the court doesn't actively go after you and seek to hold you accountable. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, the system's not perfect. It's designed to do what it can with, you know, as much safety as possible, and that's the way it is. But again, you know, thank you to all the subscribers who've been around, the new subscribers who may join. In case anybody wondered about the whole testosterone thing I was talking about before, that helps greatly. It really does. It's just a wonderful thing. If you've been too low for too long and you suddenly get that jolt, it is life-changing. You know, it's definitely worth endeavoring to find out about and possibly do something with if you can afford it. If you can't, I don't know. Maybe there's herbal supplements or something that might help. I don't know. But I didn't really realize how much I was missing of life until suddenly I had my, you know, my T-gel and started correcting it. And it was like, wow, you know, it was just worth it. So. Oh, and a quick shout out, by the way, since, you know, I mentioned the whole death thing. These guys are not sponsors. I am just strictly throwing their info up here. It's Han's funeral home. They were very good to my girlfriend's mother when she passed. And, you know, if you happen to be in the Albany, New York area, you need a funeral director, which hopefully you never will. But if you do, I would suggest giving them a call. They're very professional, very nice, very reasonable, dealing with a very complex and very difficult situation. And again, hi to the girlfriend. Hello. I am so tired and lonely in the tank. But you should know what that is. Inside joke. So hopefully we'll get the video done. Remember, look for it in May. Hopefully, if all goes well, it will be in May. I have all my seals ordered. They all came in. I have them. It was kind of hard to get them to stop flipping their little flippers around, you know, and just kept doing that. But we'll get them. Just got to beat them with a steak. Maybe doing a comedy channel in the future. Probably after the divorce is granted. Some of the jokes are kind of inappropriate otherwise. I still believe in marriage. I will tell you this, it's got to be the right person or not at all. And that right person may seem to be the right person at the time. Keep in mind you can grow away from each other if you're not careful, if you don't spend the time and the effort. Or because the person just, there's something within them that just, you know, maybe they didn't mature, who knows. You know, divorce is a complex thing, as is marriage, as are marriages, as are relationships. Anytime you're dealing with somebody else, you know, things can go wrong. And just try to do what's right for your kids. Try to put them first. I've done it, which is why I work 3 days a week. I have my children 4 days. You may realize that those numbers add up to 7 days. I wouldn't have it any other way. At no point would I ever, you know, willingly basically not spend time with my kids. That's just fucked up. And if you're a man and you get ordered to pay child support, pay your fucking child support. Don't be a douchebag. You make all the rest of us look like assholes. It's not cool, man. And then you give credibility to the whole, you know, deadbeat scenario of a, you know, an estranged father from the children. And that's just not called for. We as men can do better. We should be doing better. Likewise, if you see somebody being abused, male or female, fucking step up. Do something about it. You know, you're going to be doing them a big service that they may not realize at the time. They might even be upset with, but at least give it a try. You know, I myself have more or less pushed somebody out of a abusive scenario that the person wasn't aware of. And once they became aware of it, you know, I was completely horrified by it. It's like, listen, You know, you don't wish it on anybody. You know, you're not trying to cause harm. You're just trying to make sure that somebody's living the best life they can. So, again, all my subscribers, you know, if you're still here, slap your name in the comments. I will give you a shout out on the next video or the video after that. Hopefully, you know, one in the near future. And if I have to type 730 of them up, so be it. I'll do it. I don't care. I'll find a way to bulk load it. When there's a will, there's a way. We're still on track to hitting 1,000 users probably at the end of the year. Maybe next year. I mean, whatever. Then I'll be eligible for YouTube ad revenue, which, yeah, whatever. It's usually good for like a burger a month. At least for me. We'll see. I mean, that was before. Now, I don't know. You know, they claim they got rid of a lot of the channels that sucked. And it's like, well, this channel isn't great, but, you know, I have some repair videos on air conditioners and miscellaneous shit. Not much I'm really afraid of taking apart. I love taking shit apart. You know, you learn so much. I will say this, I will not take Apple devices apart. They're not worth taking apart. They're not worth buying the replacements for, and they're not worth dealing with Apple, ever. To me. My girlfriend loves her Apple phone, and you know what, God bless her, but I'm not a fan. I am not compatible with the Apple devices. The iDevice. So, again, everybody keep your motorcycle safe, ride defensively, and, you know, do what's right for you, no matter what anybody else says, family, friends, whatever. You got to do what's right for you. And you have a good one. Later, folks. Bye.